everybody, it's your girl Acacia and I'm new here. To keep it short and sweet, I'm a wife and a mom, and professionally, I started out as a girl at the front desk at your local emergency department or eye surgeon's clinic. Then I rocked stages all around the city as a motivational hip-hop performer on the side with my husband. Then finally, I started and ran your local fan favorite homemade skincare brand to the point that I opened 2 storefronts, and now it's time for something new. I'm breaking into tech, baby. I'm not going to take too much of your time today as I give y'all a summary of my process and experience of making the transition. Today's going to be super duper high level until I get some more information about what y'all want to know about. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And I'll make another video addressing it for you here on YouTube, on my LinkedIn, and maybe even on TikTok. We'll see. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. You could have clicked on any video on YouTube or wherever you're watching this, but you're here with me today, and I appreciate that. And if you find the information that I share with you helpful, please don't hesitate to give a like and or comment, then subscribe to the channel. It really helps your girl out. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Just to provide some perspective on where we are at this very moment as I'm recording, I have just graduated from Careerist sales engineering program. I have yet to start on the internship simulator, which starts today in a little less than 2 hours. So today I'm just going to talk about my experience so far with just the learning portion. So I walked into this with the goal of turning my family's life around. I'm at the end of my 20s. I turned 30 this year. I've lived out my passions. I've gained a lot of life experience, but my family isn't in the place that I wanted to be. I want our own house. This was a route that looked like it could take me there. To give an overview, I'm in the sales engineering program with Careerist. We meet 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 5:30 PST to no later than 8:30 PST. Usually we're out of there by 7:30. So when you're getting started with Careerist, my cost of service was $4,500 originally. They had a sale for $3,500, and I was like, that's a lot. Okay, we offer a payment plan, half off before you get started, and then paying the other half during your period of learning, which was manageable for me, but it ain't manageable for everybody, and it's not even manageable for me on a typical day. I got lucky. Onboarding, you get access to the Careerist portal where you can find all your classes, and you can, say I completed this, that, the third, and you have access to later on your internship and your mentorship portals within that portal. But what most people tend to use was the Slack that they provided. So on Slack, we communicate on Slack. We ask for questions to our tech mentors on Slack. We have access to them 24/7. And after that, you just show up to class. Easy as that. We have a very diverse selection of tech instructors that are actively in the tech sales fields. During the class and the courses and the lessons, we learn about soft skills, moderate skills, and hard skills. I found that the hard skills were lighter than the soft and the moderate skills, simply because the hard skills vary. So we're not going to go into a specific CRM because all kinds of companies use different kinds of CRM. I won't get too deep into it. I'll probably make another video diving deeper into what those classes were. So soft skills, by soft skills, I mean things like mindset, kind of getting into your head about how to think in the tech industry, how to interview, how to leverage your past experiences, whether you're not, you're from tech or not. How do I leverage my past experience outside of tech into tech? How to turn disadvantages, your self-proclaimed disadvantages, into advantages. Avoiding self-sabotage, basically learning how to live and execute healthy daily habits to set yourself up for success during your job search, because it's not going to be easy. I already know it's not going to be easy. Moderate skills such as like painting a picture of what the work environment is going to be. What is your 90 days going to look like? Who's on your sales team? You'll be working with SDR, sales development reps on the front end with pre-sales, and then the solutions architects on the back end that kind of customize the app or the program that you're selling to the client. And then you go into the hard skills, such as the sales side of sales engineering and the engineer side of sales engineering. So you understand kind of holistically on a high level what to expect as a sales engineer. At the end of the learning session, right before graduation, you have a final project where you put together your own product demo. And I did mine on Asana. If you want to watch that, you can see the previous video, and I'll put the card somewhere up there. And maybe at the end of this video, click that, and you can see how I summarize 5 weeks of learning into 5 minutes in a product demo. So that's the lessons. How did I feel about it? I personally really liked it. I'm not a online school kind of person. I never have been. I'm more of a lecture. I need to see my instructors face to face. I need to be able to ask questions, and they provide this virtually really nicely. You can participate at the set times, which was 5:30 my time PST. To up to 8:30, or you can watch it later. So on Wednesdays, I teach a class and I'm not available during those times. So I was always able to, the next morning or the next afternoon, watch the class that I missed and get what I need to get. And if I needed to contact any of the instructors, I've got Slack. Another thing that I really liked was how diverse the instructors were. They came from all kinds of different walks of life and all kinds of sales programs, or sales teams, which gives us a bigger wealth of knowledge for what the role is like and point of views and perspectives. One guy, he started off by developing video games and came into tech sales, and he'd been in there for, I want to say 15 or 20 years by the time he became one of our instructors. One of the guys, his son brought him in. So he's an older gentleman. He came from way back. He used to be like a TV repairman and got into tech way early. I want to say it was in the 80s, and he's been in tech ever since. And his son, being of him, has been in tech the whole time. So behind every lesson was an air of empowerment, because like I said, a lot of us don't have tech experience, and we're very worried about going into this new field without the experience that we require. With that thought, I learned that it's very valuable to kind of be new to something and to bring in valuable traits and skills from other areas, other industries in life. As long as you're curious and you have the drive to learn, you'll do just fine. It's kind of cheesy, but if you can put your mind to it, you can do it. If you have it in you to push and move and hustle and get the information, be resourceful, research yourself, get the information that you need for the position that you have, you'll do just fine in this role, is what I'm getting out of it. So it's very empowering to know that somebody without experience can walk into this new specifically sales engineer role. My cohort, the crew that we have at in my cohort, they're dope. We kick it outside of it. On Discord, we have our own post. It's like the after party to the class. So we, as we're on our journey trying to find jobs, researching the industries, we share tips with one another, we share experiences, we shared our mock demos and our mock interviews, and we got feedback from the team. It's really dope. I really liked that I was in class with really cool people, really open people that weren't afraid to ask questions. So if you are thinking about going into Careerist and you actually do it, be one of the people that opens their mouths and asks questions, because they were the most helpful. At the end of the course, we were able to vote our valedictorian and salutatorian, and those are the people that asked the most questions. We learned so much from them, so they completely deserved it. Shout out to Kuma and Dion. What could be improved upon? I could only think of one big thing, and that was communication. Our cohort, for some reason, they decided to launch a new format. Or when I signed up, it was, you have 5 or 6 weeks of the learning, and with that you have a mentor, and you have access to the job application service that they mentioned that they offer. But through our whole learning phase, nobody got assigned a mentor. We're very confused about it. And anytime we asked about it in the early part of the course, they didn't really have an answer. They'd say, "Oh, we'll assign your mentor later. Just keep a heads up." And by like week 4, we're like, "We don't have mentors. What's up with that?" But they were doing a different format where it's specifically, instead of having it all happen at once, they had the learning section strictly just learning, you and your instructors in your cohort, and then the internship portion where you just do the internship and then you get your mentor at the end towards the mentorship. So it goes learning, internship, and then mentorship, which just wasn't communicated with us for some strange reason. Also, the job application service, nobody ever talked about it. And when we asked about it, we had no answers about it. Outside of that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So all in all, I would recommend this course to, especially to people who don't have tech experience. If you do have tech experience, it'll be way easier for you, bro. Because I feel in 5 weeks of learning, I feel super confident walking into this new field with my seemingly random assortment of skills, qualities, and traits from all my other jobs and experiences, life experiences. If you want to see how I demonstrated 5 weeks of learning down to 5 minutes, go ahead and check out my last video. It is my final project, my first ever product demonstration with Careerist. I did it on Asana, my favorite project management software. It's a very good preview into what the sales engineering role is. Thank y'all so much for watching and following me on this journey into tech. I hope this was helpful for you guys that are considering Careerist. I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.